Let's see if we got the facts straight.
What's up? Here with another video. A little bit different today. We're not going to be drifting. We're going to be doing some painting on the BN Aero. I will admit this is copy BN Aero from KFD, but if I was going to be running a street car that I don't plan on destroying this kit, I might buy a genuine one. But since this kit's going to get destroyed probably next event, that's why we're running a rep. So I just want to put a disclaimer out here. This is not a how-to on how to paint or anything. This is literally not a how-to. This is just me doing a vlog on me painting my kit. So you could take my advice, but I'm not telling you this is how you should do something. So I just want to make that a full disclaimer that anybody that comments on the video, I will take your advice and either use it or not use it, but I'm not going to be having any discussions on how to do anything properly or improperly. This is basically me just painting the kit. So just letting everyone know beforehand. So we are going to be using good paint today. I will say that. So this isn't, like I said, this isn't how to, but if you're going to use paint, you're going to use it out of a can, I would say use a 2K. Basically a paint with a hardener in it. So that way your paint hardens, because if you use just a regular can from any store, it's never going to harden and your paint's probably going to chip or yellow or do anything like that. So I would say spend the money on go to an actual paint store and ask for a 2K clear and a 2K base, and then whatever primer. Could be a 2K primer as well. We're doing it a little bit differently. We've already used different primer. We've all sanded it, we've wet sanded it, and we're using a 2K direct gloss. So this is going to be with base coat and lacquer in it, but it also has a catalyst, so it'll harden basically. I'll go grab that right now and show you guys what we're going to be using here. This is from a paint store here locally. It's a direct gloss. So like I said, it has the base coat, it has the lacquer, and you pop this puppy off. You pull that and twist it, and it releases the hardener, the catalyst inside. So you have about 3 hours with this can to get rid of it until this completely just becomes useless. So this is what we're going to be using. I'll show you guys the kit and my setup. So here we go. This is the setup. Another thing we did is we wet the floor, and we also wetted the plastic just to help the sediments not go flying around everywhere, so it's not in the paint. So yeah, this is our exhaust fans, basically just to help the paint go out the door when we're spraying. We've got the other door open just like. So yeah, with that being said, we're gonna wax and grease remove the whole thing. We're gonna tack cloth it, make sure the surface is ready to be painted, and we'll get ready to paint. Another thing with the primer and all that, if you're wondering what to use, you can look up how to paint with the primer and stuff. There's lots of different methods, you know, what grit sandpapers you can use, wet sanding, not wet sanding, just dry sanding. So just, if you're trying to learn how to paint, you can ask me direct questions of what I did. If you liked the end result, I can try to help you out. But if you're trying to look for exactly what to do, you can just look that up online. That's exactly what I did. I've painted a few other things before. I've never painted anything to this magnitude, so this will be interesting, but we're just going to follow the simple steps. We're going to take our time. One more thing to point out is because of the climate, it's very humid and it's not hot in the UK, so I'm going to be giving the paint extra time between coats to release all of its gases, so we don't get anything coming up through the paint. So basically we're going to let it completely flash off before we go ahead and put on our another coat. So with that, we're going to get started. Man, that's some good shit.
Create a perfect world in our heads. try to remember, but when everything is coming back, my memory is paralyzed.
Let's see. What is the last thing you can remember?
I don't know.
So yeah, that was the first coat. Really, really light. I wanted to help promote that chemical bond, so I just did a really, really light coat. And then I don't actually know if that's exactly how it works, but it seems like for the most part, a lot of people put on a really light coat. So you can already see the gloss in it. I sprayed a little bit on the box just to wait until it's dry to the touch, basically. Shouldn't only take like 10 minutes, I think, since we did such a light coat, and we'll actually do proper coats. So yeah, I'll see you on the next coat. Alright, so yeah, I don't even know what coat we're on, but it's actually coming out super alright. Super alright. It's coming out decent. Especially the rear bumper. This is where I went pretty heavy on, and I actually didn't get any runs. There's definitely orange peel, so we're just gonna have to buff that out. There's some spots that need more. Just because it's a direct gloss. I don't know, it's a bit weird. But the front bumper looks like dog shit right now, so we definitely need way more on the front bumper. The rear bumper we went heavier on. The side skirts we need a little bit more. So I'm gonna try to hit up the rear bumper where I see that there's some spots that need it, but for the most part, it looks pretty good. So I just only have one can left, so I have to be sparing with it. I'm gonna use most of it on the front bumper. So shit, everything's sticky as well. So we're just gonna have to hope that it comes out all right. So yeah, we're gonna start painting.
A risk because it's a very strong drug and highly addictive.
Alright, so that's it for the coats. We're out of paint. I wish I would have had one more can, to be honest. I would have let it all sit for another like half hour and definitely put like a really wet coat on these side skirts, because these side skirts didn't come out how I wanted to. I'm not sure why we got a little bit of pitting. I think it's just the molding. With this body kit, probably should have done like a glazing putty over the entire body kit and then resanded it all, but I need to get this done soon. It's going to be on a drift car, so I'm not really too worried about it being perfect. But the side skirts, I wish I would have been able to put another coat on. We're going to buff everything out. It's worth mentioning that with the rattle can, you're going to have orange peel no matter what. It doesn't matter how good your prep work is, you're going to have some orange peel, so we will be buffing the entire kit out. But the nice thing is we did use a 2K, and that's why we wanted to use a 2K, is because this paint will harden and we will be able to buff it out, basically. If we used a 1K, we would have been sat here until the end of time waiting for the clear coat to harden. So yeah. Here's a look at the bumper. You can see the imperfections for sure. Here's a look at the rear bumper. I'm not gonna lie, there's a lot of orange peel. So yeah, because we didn't get any runs, it's gonna be a lot easier to buff this out. I didn't paint most of the undersides and the edges because I'm just gonna mask it all off and paint it with some crappy paint. Because when you're drifting, all that stuff gets taken off anyways. So yeah, just wanted to make a little video of me doing this today because why not? A lot of work went into this, even though it didn't even come out anywhere close to perfect. But we did sand it all, we primed it all, we resanded it all. We did wax and grease remover. You know, we did all the steps. We did optimal time between coats. That's just it. You just got to put in all the patience, and it'll come out, you know, halfway decent. And as long as you're happy with it, it's all matters, right? So maybe one day we'll try to actually use a gun and try to do it really, really proper, like completely flattening out this entire kit with, you know, Bondo and resanding everything and then glazing putty and just make it absolutely pristine. But we're on a time crunch and we need to get done. So with that, that's all we have for the video. We're going to be going drifting on the 31st December to T-side, so be sure to look out for a video for that. And I'll see you at T-side.
We can create a perfect world in our heads.
Because this is all in your mind. I tried to remember, but when everything is coming back, my memory is paralyzed.
Let's see. What is the last thing you can remember?
I don't know.